So we're coming to green in probably about a minute's time here. Then the second wave will be manually started by our live admin. That's going to be
3 hours for the Sim Lizard 3 hour presented by Spicy Cat Racing. This is for the Sim Lizards. This is going to be a frantic battle. Team racing and single drivers going solo today. Green flag and we're underway. And already, look at this. Khan, and it goes to the outside on the initial start. And we storm down towards the Andretti hairpin, Tom.
Oh, big move for Sam Mayorga, putting himself in the middle in the yellow Ferrari as well. We want to keep this clean. We're 3 wide, though. Khan gets a little bit of the shoulder from Austin Cobb. I think he did that to himself. And the fastest car for practice is dropping now outside the top 6, perhaps. Beanie Beamer boys.
Here's Christopher Rosario challenging Tyler Sciocca in the Burning Bell Motorsports Mustang, diving down the corkscrew here.
These drivers are the first cars off the lead lap in GT3, so the top 5 all still on the lead lap. These two have just dropped off it. We're coming up on the next pit window opening just that quickly as this stint has flown by with all the chaos.
Yeah, 24 laps for the Lamborghini out front on this stint, 22 for the Spicy Cat Racing car running in second, and just 1.9 seconds between those. Keep our eyes on Chris Rosario in Scuderia Chicken House West, and Burning Bell Motorsports way off the track at turn 10.
Yeah, huge curb grab for the number 30 there at the apex. Maybe lost his sight line because of how close he was to the Ferrari and just skips into the dirt. Really easy to do. Look at the Mustang, just dives in, clips it, absolutely bicycling into the dirt from that one. And that car was in battle for position with the Ferrari. It's going to lose quite a bit of time.
And a lot of cars hitting pit lane now, a handful of 992 Porsches and the 30 Burning Bell Motorsports car, which we saw go off a couple laps ago.
Yep. And I have to wonder, going back to Cobb, I'm noticing that damage on the left front. I forget if that's been there this whole stint, causing that big difference in how many laps they can do. So if that is the case, we apologize. We did the best we could, but may have overlooked that. It doesn't seem to be a game-making advantage. It might be game-changing slightly, but the Mustang's not just the best car because of it.
Yeah. A lot of complication in getting multi-class races set up, and how many times have I started a multi-class race and the grid was by overall, or or all the cars were their own classes. I've had that one happen before too. There's a lot of, think about it in the real world how hard it can be. I think sometimes iRacing makes it harder. Pit stops, Burning Bell, Calvin Owens. Wasn't this team just on pit lane?
This team was definitely just in an incident in the last 15 minutes, but I don't remember if it left them in the pit lane. That was a quick stop and go potentially. Actually, I gotta wonder, was a stop and go penalty a sign that they might have hit their incident limits? Remember, 30 points
over there to watch those things fly over. But Chris Harp and Calvin Owens, this is a couple of drivers running Ford Mustang GT3 machinery. Calvin Owens closing in the Burning Bell Motorsports car. They had a really big moment at turn 10 about halfway through the race, and we're able to sort of gather it back up. I think I have that one on replay. And this was earlier in this race coming down the hill. This is up through, maybe this is a more different replay. Yeah, right here is where they hammered this curb. Bam.
Yep.
Got away with
that led to a pit stop relatively close after that.
Yeah, that could have ended up a lot worse.
So Kyle, coming up on 45 minutes left in the race, we're basically at the point where the GT3 cars and Porsche Cups should be able to pit and make it to the end. So I wouldn't be surprised to see the pit lane get very busy for the final time here in the next couple minutes. And again, that big question mark, there's probably, I'm going to guess just a rough number, I didn't calculate this, but there's probably a nearly 20-minute buffer between tires. I mean, all of this, there's still so many moving parts in the final 45 minutes of this race. So we saw a 992 Cup car self-spin just in front of Khan, but I don't think there was any issue with contact there. And then there was that GT3 Mustang, the Wonder Bread car, also still trying to find exactly who those two were with the issues in the last lap or so.
It's a deep cut. Calvin Owens and Chris Harp still going at it. Burning Bell versus penalty box. And they're packed in behind what is still the second place Porsche, the Liberty Bell husband's car, William Brunner. So a little bit of energy kind of getting packed up behind the cork here. I think
Still, these cars making speed so similarly. Look at the Porsche just leap off that final corner, and the Mustangs really want by. This is Will Brunner continuing to run second place. He's on his own lap, actually, sitting second in the Porsches. The rest of the field currently another lap down from them.
Just notice your panic call out had ABS there into 11. You went, ooh, ooh, ooh.
Who, I did?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I meant to do that. Yeah.
But 40 minutes left. And fight's still on. The lead fight, by the way, Zane Khan's, oh boy. 2 Mustangs and the second place car in the Porsche 992 category. Brunner on the outside, trying to lean in on the brakes. And the Mustangs go by.
And Chris Harp did a nice job to earn a position somehow there. The white and blue Mustang ended up getting by Calvin Owens in the black Mustang. So those two switch positions while passing Ken Hauseal, who has Jack Stadola on his flank now. That's not for position. Yellow and black Porsche is a lap down at least from Will Brunner here in the blue and gold. But those cars making very similar pace. In fact, looks like Stadola might have a little bit more pace in that car. He's just got to be careful not to affect the other car's race since he is laps ahead.
I mean, if you tried to run a WeatherTech race at this racetrack with 55 cars, you would be wadding up about 10 of them before the first 15 or 20 minutes are over.
Possible, if not likely, that's for sure.
Yes. Fast resets probably didn't hurt, but again, what fun is it if a minor incident takes you out for the whole day? This is supposed to be fun, I thought, Tom, so why not?
Totally. At the top of the board, Diego Del Real continues
one of the
to
vehicles on his relative screen. And I think
enough,
he
right
would
there.
be now, yeah. So now Diego should have a pretty good idea that that car is coming.
The question becomes whether or not Diego's got anything left in the tank as far as pace. He certainly would have maybe backed that risk reward down after Cobb's incident. But once again, the first indication you have that someone's catching you, you got to dial the wick right back up. I also want to point out we have a decent battle formulating for, I mean, it's effectively third, but really fourth in GT3. The Miatas with Friends Klaus Wood car is down the front straight just now, and a couple car lengths, call it 10 car lengths behind, is the Montello Racing Corvette. Before we get into the second page, Crowther, De La Rosa, Zach Pritchard, rounding out the top 8 or so in GT3 before we get to Will Brunner and the rest in the Porsche Cups.